Hey, this is Kira, Fit Girl, your guide to getting in shape, and I'm here at my friend's nutrition store called the Muscle Store, and you can find it online at musclestoreusa.com. And we're doing a comparison of some different fat burners. Now keep in mind that if you have any medical conditions, heart conditions, or high blood pressure issues, you should not be taking anything that has stimulants or any of these fat burner type products. Now also keep in mind that you can get in great shape even without any of these products. I know I've done a couple of competitions, gotten my best shape ever without using any supplements besides just multivitamins and vitamin C. So it can be done. But if you do feel like you need to have the extra edge for appetite suppression or maybe a little extra energy for your workout days, then these might fit the bill. Now, they're not truly going to sit there and melt fat off of you, but they are going to help increase your core temperature a little bit and help you in the other areas of your weight loss program, meaning your appetite suppression and also your energy levels. Now, we're going to talk about some of the different components which are in them. And the first thing we're going to cover is the ephedra type in the product. Now, there's definitely several different types of ephedra that can be used. And they're all basically variations of the original ephedra because unfortunately that's not allowed to be used in these products anymore, FDA regulations. So you will find a mixture of things that contain that ephedra extract or an ephedra alkaloid or something that is very similar to it. So one of them is and please excuse me if I don't say these things correctly because they are a mouthful. Phenylethylalanine is one, synephrine, citrus aurantium, there's one more, bitter orange. These are all things that can be classified as an ephedra type group or basically have those same effects. So anytime you see those on a label, you'll know that they all basically mean the same thing. Now starting with our first one, the phenylethylalanine, sorry, that's such a mouthful, that is designed to improve your mood, to enhance the way you feel, to really kind of make you feel like you want to work out. And it's also used in some psychiatric type drugs, so basically things that are going to affect your mind more than your central nervous system or your respiratory system, which is what some of the other compounds will do. By far, synephrine and ephedra alkaloids, or even ephedra and HCl, are all the most common types that you'll find in these fat burner type products. Now, these types of products combined with the caffeine and the aspirin are going to have the effects much more exaggerated, which is why we caution that if you have heart conditions or blood pressure issues, you don't use these types of products because they can cause stroke and heart attack in people that are not aware of the effects or maybe didn't read the disclaimer or believe the disclaimer that is on the bottle. So your medical history is always the most important thing to consider before taking any sort of supplement. Now, one of the other very common types of ephedra that you'll find is called ma huang, and it is a Chinese herb, and as we know, herbs can be just as strong, if not stronger, than synthetic counterparts. Now, we could go on and on about the different types of ephedra and different types of extracts and alkaloids and how they're all combined, but let's get down to what ephedra and its counterparts actually do. It is a central nervous stimulant, and that is going to affect your body in a very powerful way. Now, I'm not a chemist and I don't know everything about every chemical that is used in weight loss, but I wanted to give you at least a little bit of an idea of what fat burners and thermogenesis are all about and kind of take away some of the mystery of them so that you don't really think that those are the things that are going to just melt fat off of you. They're an aid or a supplement to your regular program, just like any other pill that you might take. Now, moving on away from the ephedra, which now we know is the central nervous stimulant, it also helps to suppress your appetite a little bit, especially when combined with caffeine. And moving on to caffeine, that is another central nervous stimulant, so you know it keeps you awake, you know it's great for energy. It's also a mild diuretic too, so that's where it helps a lot in releasing water retention. So now you've got two things that are affecting your central nervous system and stimulating them. And that's going to help when you want to work out and have a really good workout or have more energy if you're dieting and feeling a little run down. That's where these things can help. Now, ephedra and caffeine are also metabolic stimulants, which means they're going to help increase your core temperature. They're going to help your metabolism increase a little bit. But you're always going to get the most boost in your metabolism from your food intake and your exercise and your lean muscle. So remember, these are still things that are going to help they're not going to solve all of the problems. Now, when you add to all of that the aspirin component, which may also be in the form of white willow bark, you're basically adding a blood thinner and opening up your vessels, making everything flow faster and better, and going to be, again, more effective and more powerful. And that's why any one of these agents on their own can be mildly effective, but when you combine all three, it's extremely powerful. And in some of the dosages that you might find on some of the pills, it might be even downright dangerous if you take too much. So it's always best to start out, if you're using a thermogenic or a fat burner, with the least amount of dose possible. Or even if it says to take 3 pills, just take 1 and see how that works for a day or 2, and then try 2. Always ease into it, because you're never really sure how all these compounds are going to affect you until you start to take them. And if you start out with 3, you might end up with that heart attack that doesn't make you skinny but makes you dead, and then that doesn't help at all. So start low. Always less is more. Start with a small amount, build up into it, and you might find that you don't need too much to give you that extra edge. And that's what getting fit is all about. Being healthy, doing the right things for your body, and having the right knowledge to know what you're putting in your body and what you should be doing with it, and what your effects should be and what the detrimental effects could be. That way you can make the most educated decision on any type of supplement you might take.